Hey folks, Ariel over here at Fine Earth with some of the sights not actually at our house, but that go on around us. As you'd probably know if you follow the channel for any length of time, we live in Wyoming. A lot of Wyoming is ranch country with beef cows outnumbering humans, I don't know, 6 or 8 to 1 or something like that in the whole state. And while we don't have our own cows, we are surrounded by a whole lot of them. And in this part of the world, it is fall or autumn, and this means that large herds of cows that have been up higher in the mountains, ranging around freely and grazing there, are now starting to head back to lower country where they will be able to be fed hay through the winter when everything else is snow covered. So you occasionally see things like cattle drives. Now there are very big cattle drives that go for several hundred miles still with a lot more cows, but there are also what I would call small cattle drives like this one that sometimes come down roads, like right in front of our house. Now Wyoming, it is interesting, is a fence-out state. I'm not sure how many other states have rules like that, but it means basically cows can go anywhere they want. If you don't want them there, you put up a fence. That's the rules. So that's part of the reason our property is perimeter fenced. But this group of ranchers was getting their cows moved to their winter pasture, and they came right by the front of our place, so we were able to watch them. They wander on down the road at varying paces. Sometimes they hurry because one of their friends is too far ahead of them. Sometimes they stop and want to hang out and eat the grass on the side of the road and so on. And it's just, I enjoy watching them come by. And I've worked with cows enough in my life, even though we don't own any ourselves at the moment, to know that very often they want to do exactly the opposite of whatever you wanted them to do. So there's a few times where some decided to try to walk up other people's lanes or take off across a hillside and had to be chased back down, and that's always aggravating, I'm sure, when you're the person trying to get them to a particular spot safely. But I was in the position of just being able to watch them go by. And yeah, if you're on the road in the middle of a cattle drive or a sheep drive or something like that, you just go slow, watch out for them. You can make your way through. Sometimes they bring you to a total stop, and sometimes they just kind of move aside and you can keep going, but traffic just keeps rolling, and so do the animals. Anyway, I love living in the middle of country where stuff like this goes on and where animals are still being raised the way they should be, running around in the wild. These guys have been up in the mountains. These are not really much more tame than like a wild elk or a bison. They, raise those calves by themselves in the woods and in the mountains with predators. And now, like I said, they're headed to lower ground where they will have hay to eat through the winter. So that's one of the interesting fall sights I get to see around our place. And I thought you guys might enjoy seeing a bit of it too. Oh.
Get up! We hope you enjoyed it.
Come back next time for more adventures.
Thanks for watching.